Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode of the sometimes weekly broadcast of MWMB. That's middle-aged white men.
No, we're sticking with it. We're sticking with it.
Yeah, that's middle-aged white men
bitching about everything.
Yes,
and you know it just
gets everything.
It gets more and more every day, Alex. I must be getting old and grumpy.
Well, we were already, we're going to have to change this to old white men bitching soon. We're getting there.
Oh, so I'm ready for tonight's broadcast. I got my box of wine, a bottle of Valium. We're ready to go, man. Let's go.
All right,
let's do this.
We're going to start off with the Twitter in chief then, because we got a great quote from him today. Hang on, just 1 second. Let me see if I can get this booted up here. And when I say booted up, I literally mean like booted up in the college student sense.
I have an alternative fact for you for that.
Yeah.
The press has become so dishonest that if we don't talk about it, we are doing a tremendous disservice to the American people. Tremendous disservice. We have to talk about it to find out what's going on, because the press honestly is out of control. The level of dishonesty is out of control.
Out of control. They're out of control. They're out of control.
And
hey, did you see my tweet this morning?
No, I missed it. I
said if Twitter had been in existence back in the 70s, it would have read something like Bernstein and Woodward, fake news, Washington Post fail, hashtag I am not a crook.
Yeah. No kidding. I mean, that was the other thing. Is like out of control is what he said about the press.
It's out of control.
And can I tell you that seems very appropriate to me, the fact that he would say out of control, because that's indeed exactly what they are, out of his control.
I know. You know what? I saw an interesting quote, interesting little description. He is now the ultimate snowflake.
Yeah.
Did you see the one reporter who just face-to-face called him on one of his alternative facts?
No, which one was that? Was it the one about the electoral college votes?
Yeah, that I've won the most electoral college votes since Reagan. I've got them all. Except if you don't count every other president in between.
That's right.
And they go, well, I just mean Republicans. Well, what about George H.W. Bush? He had like 400 and so. Well, it's just what I was told.
I was told, yeah. Okay, you're the president of the United States. It's like, well, apparently, sir, you've gone ahead and you've bombed, St. Thomas, one of our own islands, because, you said that it was a staging ground for ISIS. It's like, are you going to take responsibility for that? No, that's just what I was told.
That's what I was told. Hey, one of the satirical articles, he was going to ship the lead character from Hamilton back to Puerto Rico, forgetting that it was part of the United States. I'm sorry. I Googled how many alternative facts Donald Trump has said. It was 7 pages long. I didn't have time to read it all. And look, let's just start with today. It's not the crime, the wrong that's being committed. It's those damn reporters reporting on it. Fake news! Fake news!
No kidding. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's
meanwhile, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I dribbled. Meanwhile,
what? That's like being
looking at this dork.
What I just saw there, Jim.
Congress has
whoops! Shoot. Who? What I just saw there, Jim the Hammer, was a man being waterboarded by the truth. Well, wine-boarded.
Sign me up.
Maybe cheese-boarded.
And meanwhile, while we're watching this dork, the Twitter in chief, Congress passes some regulations so they can dump their coal waste in the streams. I have some friends who are all upset about them gutting the Endangered Species Act. Well, it's not like they can drink that water anyway. They might as well go.
That's right. Why protect them if they're just going to have to glow in the dark for the last 3 weeks of their miserably painful lives?
Clean coal, baby. Clean coal.
That's right.
Wait, wasn't that a singer? That
Yeah.
Clean Coal?
Clean Coal Annie. You betcha. I voted for Trump, but I didn't get no health care, My job didn't come back,
Hey, he's promised health care, bigly health care, the best, fantastic health, the best health care ever.
So good you won't believe it.
Yeah, I won't believe it.
It's like having a cross between a vacuum cleaner salesman and a mafia boss as the president.
That's on my list of stuff here later, yeah.
I mean, seriously, it's like I can't decide whether it's like watching, slimy Enzio Di Cuneo from, New Jersey's used cars. Come on down and get a car. It's going to be so good you won't believe it. It's so good. It's so good. It's so incredibly good. You won't. Let me tell you something. It's so good you won't believe it. Or watching his cousin, the crime boss. All right, now I got to tell you, this press, this is out of control. It's out of control. These people keep telling the truth.
Out of control.
Unbelievable. All right. Well, we've
and wait a minute. Before we get off the topic of this clown, the other clown, the Steve Miller, not the one with the band.
Oh,
the one with the kind of a.
You mean Junior Goebbels?
Junior Goebbels.
Yeah.
Junior Goebbels?
Well, Goebbels. I was thinking, Goebbels from.
They were showing his senior yearbook in high school.
Yeah.
And was that Paul? No, that was Paul Ryan, who was voted the biggest brown noser. That's Congress. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But anyway, did you see the way that he just? I'll go anywhere, any show, anytime, because we just ask anybody in New Hampshire, and they'll tell you thousands were bussed in. Except that when they ask people in New Hampshire, they go, what?
Yeah, I mean, that is, anybody who's ever been to New Hampshire knows how ridiculous that is. In most of the towns in New Hampshire, everybody knows everybody else. It's like, I noticed that Jeremy didn't vote this year. He must be feeling a little bit under the weather. It's like,
you're going to take him down an absentee ballot.
That's right. Oh, yeah, look at that. Clarice from Boston came in and voted. I'm not sure she's legal. She's only lived up here for 20 years.
She's not a native yet.
She's not a native. She wasn't born here, but apparently she's allowed to vote. Go figure. So it's just like... Massive, 5 million. Massive fraud. Huge. And all you got to do is... you don't even have to start with the letter A and look at the voter list. Start with T for Tiffany Trump. Yeah. Registered in 2 states. His head of the investigation into voter fraud registered in 3 states. Jared there, his son-in-law, 2 states. Oh, come on. The thing that really amazes me, though, at the same time as we say all this, and I mean, first of all, people that don't watch this very often, they need to understand you and I don't agree on politics. We are good friends, but we don't agree. For us to be, it's like we're not just ganging up on Trump because this is a big liberal fest here.
I voted for Richard Nixon.
Exactly. And you'll admit it still to this day.
I admit it. He signed my Eagle Scout certificate. He had a secret plan to end the war. And when I was 18 looking at the draft, that was a damn good idea.
Exactly. So, we don't agree. So the fact that you are...
He had a secret plan to end Vietnam War. Trump has a secret plan to get rid of ISIS. My God, it's Nixon again.
You're right. Underneath all that orange hair, it's just him.
It's just mortician's makeup.
Yeah. Oh, he looks so good. All right, what else do we have? We got to move away from politics today.
No, but we're getting towards the halfway commercial mark.
And I've got a hell of a salute, and I know you've got a good story here. But I do want to just chime in real quick. And this story, I almost feel like we need to offer this as a public service. Consumers this week learned that a new smart TV might just be a little too smart. The Samsung company, which is the maker of the exploding phone, and other electronic devices,
and other party gifts.
that's right. They admitted this week that that their new TVs are equipped with voice recognition software, and those TVs are quietly sitting in the living room, apparently listening to absolutely everything you say to your spouse, your children, the maid, everything.
Wait, what kind of TV do I have here?
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, it's just a dumbass Korean one.
Yeah. Samsung's Korean.
Oh my God.
See?
So
not only that, but
when
the
you're
TVs
having a conversation in the living room,
transcribing this data and sharing it with third parties. The article appeared on the website The Daily Beast, and Samsung responded that it was indeed true, that they do have this capability, but they told us, don't worry, that doesn't mean anything. They say they promise they don't sell the data, and then, you know, it only goes to the third party that transcribes it for them. And then later that night, the CEO was thrown in jail over in South Korea on different charges, but trust them, that's fine.
so it listens to everything you say. So when you're like having a conversation with your spouse or your loved ones, and they say, what'd you do last night? Oh, I went to the movies. The TV's going to go, that's bullshit.
Lie.
Wrong.
You lying sack of... Doris, you know that Jim was up last night. He was up last night eating ice cream at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's not true. Yesterday we ran out of ice cream.
Lie.
Yeah. I bought more. Hey, so now we're on the downhill slope. Speaking of those fools in Congress poisoning our water and killing our animals.
Yay!
I saw on the internet this thing going around with Arnold Schwarzenegger saying that herpes was more popular in Congress. And yeah, it was really amusing. So I thought I would, because I actually do this, I fact check stuff. I found 3 different sources with polls about, do you approve of something more than Congress? Do you like this, more than Congress? And I have some of the results. Would you like me to share?
Waiting with bated breath.
All right, overall, approval rating of Congress, 9% approve, 85% do not approve of Congress, and 6% just aren't sure. Now, I'm not sure what cave they were living in.
I was going to say, what idiots are well, maybe they're 5.
I don't know. I think
could
he's
be.
a dick, but I don't know, Mommy.
Well, they had to answer the phone and answer the question. Anyway, here are some things that are more popular than Congress and the percentage points. Lice, 67% to 19% more favorable than Congress. Colonoscopies, 58 to 31. Political pundits. Now, Congress just barely squeaked here, 37 to 34. That was a close one, the pundits. Carnies, 39% in favor of carnies over 31% Congress. Cockroaches at 45 to 43%. France. France, 45 to 43. Another squeaker.
Oh, c'est bon. It's a good day for France.
Things thank heavens for little
girls. I knew it was coming.
Things that are more popular than traffic jams, root canals, used car salesmen, and by an overwhelming 60-some gosh darn percent to less, Brussels sprouts.
Oh
now,
my good grief!
This is fair and balanced. This is not that other show. This is fair and balanced. Congress did win out over the Kardashians. 49 to 36%. Congress won that one. They beat North Korea 61 to 26%. And in a 2-1 margin, they are more popular than Ebola. But there was a lot more questions. It was hilarious. Yes, and yet they have a mandate.
Not only that, but you know and I know that once the next election comes around in 2 years, most of the same SOBs are going to be sitting there celebrating their victory in the polls over Ebola.
I think we should get some bumper stickers. What was that? The congressman, whatever the hell his name was in Bloom County, the one that looked like the old Southern senator. They're better than Ebola.
That's right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look at the time. What do we got for a salute, Alex?
Okay, hey, yeah, that's right. Last time we brought the salute back, and we've got one again here. Let me just quickly call it up. I want to get the details out. This is a good story. Jim?
Because we're factual, you got to get the details.
This is very factual. This was reported by KIVI TV in Idaho.
Was that a smart TV?
God, I hope not, because I didn't necessarily buy the rights to use this story. So,
Oh.
Anyway, this week's story, Jim, we're saluting this week's honoree because this is a heroic, you'll appreciate this with your background, a heroic story of crime fighting.
Crime fighting.
Crime fighting.
Crime fighting. We're making America great again.
It never stopped being great. It's just greater. It's going to be more bigly great now.
Bigly,
but this week, our story comes from the great state of Idaho. I want to set the scene for you. Police are called to the home of this fella. His name is Adam Pearl. Adam Pearl gets home, and he realizes that there's been traffic and marks around his door, and he begins to fear that, yes, indeed, he has been broken into, and he gets inside, and things are disturbed, and he knows that, and then he gets to the gun safe, and he realizes that it has been jimmied and tampered with, and it has almost been broken into. A few things are missing, but fortunately, none of the firearms are gone.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
And none of the other valuables are gone. Well, what happened, you might ask?
What happened? I asked.
Thank you. Well, the police came, and the first thing they noticed was that this fella, Adam Pearl, has a pet squirrel named Joey.
Joey Pearl.
Joey Pearl, Squirrel Pearl. I don't know.
Pearl Jam.
Joey Pearl Squirrel. I'm Joey Pearl Squirrel. I'm running for Congress. I'm more popular than Ebola. Anyway, Joey the Squirrel comes up, the cop's like, now this is a cop, got a body armor on, the whole thing. Squirrel's kind of like, who the heck are you and why are you in my house? Cop's like, aha, this your pet squirrel? Mr. Pearl is like, yes, it is. So the cop goes out, he's walking around the neighborhood, and all of a sudden he finds these two guys in the park, and they're all covered with scratches. She says, the cop says, she says, you get, she says, did you get them scratches from the squirrel? And the guy's like, yeah, goddamn thing wouldn't let me alone. So, of course, they promptly arrested this guy, marched up Joey Pearl Squirrel to Congress. And sure enough, the little tiny paw marks on their faces fit right in with Joey the Squirrel. And these boys are off to the Idaho Big House.
You remember National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Yes. Exactly. Now, Jim, I want to point out to you that if any American men had needed guns more than these two, you'd be hard to press to find them because they were beat off in their quest for firearms by a little gray squirrel.
I think we can get a program, some money for this.
Yeah, I think so too. In fact, I hear that Trump's going to call him up and see if he wants the job of national security advisor now that it's open.
We're going to have a legion of trained squirrels.
You know, we did a story on that several months ago about the CIA. Maybe this is one of their grand squirrels, you know? All right, we got to roll the salute music now. And so, Joey the Squirrel of Meridian, Ohio, for your crime-fighting prowess and great Americanism, we here at MWMB salute you. Jim, I don't know what this great country will throw at us next week, but if it doesn't kill us, it will probably be making us laugh even louder than we are now.
It'll be a crazed otter. I don't
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
Oh.
Dude,
Hey, I'm going to go to the Trump rally on Saturday.
you take lots of pictures.
I got 2 tickets.
Yeah, how much you want to bet? The first thing they'll say is, do you have a cell phone and do you plan on recording this? Because we can't have that. That'll be the first question, you know, because if the truth were to get out. The second question, you know, because if you took a picture of all those empty seats. The second question is, you don't happen to have a squirrel in your pocket, do you?
I'm just happy to see you. Say goodnight, Alex.